If you're a regular on my channel, then you are definitely familiar with Mikey Harlow. Mikey is one of the original walkaways. He and I are actually touring right now with Walkaway to do all of these Rescue America rallies all around the country. Next week, we're going to be in Tampa. We're going to be in Washington, D.C. for the big rally on October 3rd. We're coming to, Phoenix, I think. We're coming to Omaha at some point. We're all over the place. You can check at walkawaycampaign.com to see if we're going to be coming and doing a rally near you. But one of Mikey's claims to fame is he is actually the most banned person in the history of Twitter. And he's not even banned for, good reasons. He's banned for absurd reasons, and he keeps fighting the bans, and he keeps getting his account reinstated, and then Twitter finds another stupid reason to ban him again. Now, I think that the reason that Mikey has so much trouble with Twitter is a little bit like why I have trouble with some of these platforms. It's not that we have necessarily the biggest platforms in the world. There are certainly many, many, many more people that have a larger platform than me, and certainly that's true of Mikey because I haven't been banned off these things. He's had to struggle a lot more with it than I have. It's not the size of our platform. It's that we're reasonable people that are talking about why the Democrats are insane. I really think that's what it is. It is not a matter of necessarily the reach. It is a matter of being effective. And I've had conversations with people. I was very lucky on Twitter. My follower count on Twitter shot up very, very, very quickly after my initial Trump rally article went viral. And I've actually said to people that I think I kind of made the cut because it is much easier to ban people when they have a lower platform, that they have that lower audience, than it is once they reach a certain threshold. So I'm actually fairly certain that if my numbers had not shot up very, very quickly, I probably would be banned by now too, because again, it's not about if you actually break their terms of service, it's about whether or not you are effective at articulating a message that they disagree with. And Mikey is absolutely effective, but he's now taken the next step. So he's run into a little bit of a struggle battling this third Twitter ban that he had, and now he's going to be filing a complaint with the U.S. Civil Rights Division against Twitter. And the Post-Millennial is one of the few media outlets to actually report on this. So we're going to learn about the next steps Mikey is taking in this battle with Twitter. I have absolutely no doubt that he's going to win because he has won every other time. He does not give up. He is absolutely tenacious. We're going to read about what's going on. But first, quick order of housekeeping, folks. I'm trying to grow the channel, really trying to make sure, do you guys know that about 50% of you that are watching this right now are not subscribed to my channel? And I know you've probably watched a couple other videos, so if I earn your subscription this time around, there's a little button right below this. Go ahead, click subscribe, maybe give it a thumbs up, share it out to people who might be interested, leave a comment, all that good stuff. It really helps me to grow the channel and hopefully reach my goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers before Election Day. I think we're on track to do it, but I definitely need your help. All right. With that out of the way, let's learn about Mikey's next step in battling Twitter. According to the Post-Millennial, pro-Trump LGBT activist takes up his permanent Twitter ban with the U.S. Civil Rights Commission. Pro-LGBT activist Mike Harlow is the most banned person on Twitter. He's been officially and permanently banned 3 times. He managed to get the first 2 rulings overturned, both of which strained credulity, but his third ban is appearing to be permanently permanent. But now, Harlow has taken his fight to the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights. So you can see there's actually a tweet from me cited in this article using the Free Mike Harlow hashtag. Listen, guys, if you are on Twitter and you think after watching this video that what has happened to Mikey is unfair, please let Twitter know using the Free Mike Harlow hashtag. Tweet them at Twitter support. His Twitter username is Mikey the Harlow. And so they're really, guys, come on. There's so many walkaway people out there. We need to be fighting for this because he cannot be on the platform fighting it. We have to fight for him. And so Mikey posted this on Facebook the other day, and I took a screen grab of it and tweeted it out to make sure it was on the platform under the Free Mike Harlow hashtag. He wrote, "Today, I am filing a complaint with the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights against Twitter. Political discrimination may not be protected under the law, but discrimination based on sexual orientation is. The first time I was fraudulently banned from Twitter, the person who took responsibility for getting me banned openly claimed he was targeting LGBT people who aren't Democrats with fraudulent bans and doxing them, which is a crime in the state of California where Twitter is located. And this is actually completely true. Mikey had been in a battle with them for a while after this first Twitter ban, and then he got information of someone clearly saying that he was targeted. He was targeted for a fraudulent ban. He sent that in. He threatened to sue Twitter, and within like a day of him threatening to sue Twitter for that, boom, his account was unlocked. Twitter then backtracked and apologized. Yet within weeks, they then reinstated my permanent ban. No explanation given. I fought them on it, and they eventually backtracked and apologized again, reinstating my account. In July, I was on the receiving end of a homophobic hate mob on Twitter. They created fake DMs of me, calling me a child molester, falsely accusing a gay man of that. One of the oldest and ugliest anti-gay tropes is the epitome of homophobia. Within hours, it was shared hundreds of times. My inbox was filled with death threats and numerous anti-gay slurs. I even had media outlets contacting me, wanting to run criminal background searches on me. If I didn't work so hard to expose the truth and shut this down, it would have ruined my entire life based on a lie. At the same time, I was doxxed. My personal information, address, and phone number were made public. I reported the person who created these fake images, which he admitted were fake, as well as the people who promoted it. Not one of them was banned or even suspended from Twitter. According to Twitter, no terms of service were broken. The same people created and promoted fake DMs of Blair White, making it look like she had used the N-word, which led to her getting harassed and death threats. Days later, I was permanently banned from Twitter for targeted, violent harassment. Yes, according to Twitter, I harassed others. These people who created fake DMs, spread lies, doxed others, and sent death threats are still on Twitter, but the target of their hate is not. I have now been banned for 3 months, and Twitter has repeatedly said my account will not be restored. Without access to Twitter, I am losing jobs and career opportunities on a daily basis that affect my livelihood. Let's just go to the actual tweet so I can read the rest of his statement, because apparently the article cut it off. Let's see. Twitter will not let me appeal and refuses to restore my account. They have since only given me the vague answer of multiple rules violations, yet they will not tell me what those violations are. This itself is a violation of Twitter's own rules, which states they must let you know which of your tweets violated their terms and give you the option to delete them. Why is Twitter supporting the targeted abuse and harassment of LGBT people on their platform, particularly the ones whom they decide are the wrong kind of LGBT? There is a reason that hashtag wrong kind of gay and hashtag wrong kind of trans was trending internationally on Twitter. Why is Twitter taking the side of people who hate, harass, dox, and threaten us? Why do they ban people who are attacked on Twitter and not the attackers? Why does Twitter ban people who they determine to be the wrong kind of LGBT, yet openly host neo-Nazis, pedophiles, white supremacists, and even murderers on their platform? They should be made to answer those questions. Twitter, there is no reason I have been banned from your platform. I have broken no terms of service. Restore my account today. His account is at Mikey the Harlow, and the hashtag, again, guys, please raise a fuss about this so that people see that Mikey has support. Use the hashtag Free Mike Harlow. Hashtag Free Mike Harlow. That's it. Okay. Let's keep going. The post-millennial caught up with Harlow in New York and asked him about the reasons for these excessive Twitter bans. They kept changing the reasons. What I've learned is that if they can't get you on something, they'll just keep making up reasons. Harlow is an outspoken critic of leftist LGBTQ+ propaganda, and as a gay man himself, feels particularly at ease taking down what he sees as the lies and rampant misinformation put out by the alphabet people. In his outspokenness and unwillingness to cave to leftist Democrat alphabet talking points that he believes caught him up with these reoccurring bans. As a decades-long Democrat, Harlow never had any problem on the platform. it was when he started questioning the narratives of the left that the trouble began. And listen, man, I can co-sign that. I was on Twitter basically since Twitter became a thing. I joined Twitter in like 2007 at like South by Southwest or something like that. Deleted my account because I thought it was stupid for a while and then later reinstated it, whatever. And I never had any problem, never had one single problem on any social media until the moment that an article I wrote went viral saying Trump supporters are not Nazis. And now I get problems on Twitter all the time. I have people that have literally created fake accounts of me that people believe are really me saying nonsense bullshit. Twitter won't do anything about it. I also have problems on Instagram. I have problems on Facebook. I get alerts on Facebook all the time that I've broken their community violations, but they won't tell me what they are. It is absolutely absurd. Mikey says, for 10 years, I was a Democrat on Twitter, and I never had a problem. But now Twitter has decided I'm the wrong kind of LGBT. In fact, he notes that at one point, wrong kind of LGBT was even trending on Twitter. Just to move down here, and I'll link this article in the description so that you guys can go and read the whole thing, but I just want to point out that the reason that I want to specifically focus on the third ban, because again, Mikey's been on this channel talking about his previous Twitter bans and how they've been overturned, so you can do a search and find the conversations we've had about that. But let's talk about this third ban. The most recent ban went into effect earlier this summer, and it was when Harlow defended his friend, Blair White, a columnist for The Post-Millennial. People on Twitter had posted fake DMs of White using the N-word, which she denies and did not do. She's getting death threats, Harlow said. White had disabled her Twitter because her followers were getting harassed. Harlow was able to prove that the screen cap DMs were fake, and after that, the hate mob turned on him. They made more fake DMs, this time using them to falsely accuse Harlow of having been busted for child pornography. That's something you don't falsely accuse a gay person of, Harlow said, but they can make up anything they want and nothing happens. The fake posts were shared 1 million times, and his inbox was filled with death threats and anti-gay slurs. Harlow was able to get the person who made the fake tweets to admit they were fake, but even after that information went public, the sharing of the fakes persist. Twitter won't take it down, Harlow said. He reported the user who has been breaking dozens of Twitter rules, impersonation, threats. I reported all of these people, and a message came back from Twitter that there were no violations, and that a few days later, I was permanently banned again. The only thing that Harlow cites was that, the only thing that Twitter has cited was a tweet of Harlow's in support of author J.K. Rowling, who had been on the receiving end of Twitter hate ever since she began posting in favor of the idea that biological sex exists. They banned me, and then they looked for a reason. And you can even see they've got the email here that Twitter sent Mikey. Your account, Mikey the Harlow, has been suspended for violating Twitter rules, specifically for violating our rules against hateful conduct. And here was the tweet that they used for the third Twitter ban as their excuse. It was Mikey saying, "Notice how the respect women crowd are the same ones calling J.K. Rowling dumb, a B, a H, a C. Is the scam transparent yet? Support women until one disagrees with me, support black people until one disagrees with me, and support LGBT people until one disagrees with me." That's what they were citing. He was literally defending J.K. Rowling. This, by the way, is similar to Mikey's first Twitter ban when they banned him for literally defending Megyn Kelly. So they ban you and then they look for a reason. So guys, you can read the full article. I'll post it in the description. But please, we have got to start fighting when this happens. I know that one of the things that's been so frustrating to him is that he feels like no one has his back, that no one is fighting for him. He's described to me on several occasions how once you get banned from Twitter, basically everyone treats you like you don't exist. Well, I'm not turning my back on him. He is a friend of mine. I love him to death. He is one of the kindest, sweetest people in the world, and he deserves better. So please share this video out, communicate with Twitter, use the Free Mike Harlow hashtag, show them that he has support, because this is the only way that nonsense like this will ever get overturned. All right, guys, that's all I've got for this time. I'll see you soon.